just like the next gentleman who I had on the podcast as well, SunBôw TrueBrother, one of the most humble and kindest people I've ever spoken to in my spiritual community or in general. And we spoke on the podcast in 2022 episode. SunBôw was a guest at the Canadian Awareness Podcast, and just a wonderful guy, just a humble guy, and he certainly is an authentic Sasquatch experiencer and channeler. He's an author of 5 books, 3 on the Sasquatch, 2 on the shamanic topics. He's a practitioner, he's a teacher, he's an instructor. Strongly, I resonate with his respect towards the nature. That's definitely something he stands for too. And he understands nature, I think, better than most of us. He understands Sasquatch species better than probably most of us. And I've done a video on the Sasquatch topic a few years back based on my own experiences with the Sasquatch consciousness in Sedona, as well as at the SETI in the United States. And these are real 4th density species, absolutely Earth, and they're our brothers and sisters. And SunBôw TrueBrother is the leading name really in the Sasquatch topic, Sasquatch community, hence his immaculate reputation, and his books speaks for themselves, definitely. His books weren't written by copying somebody else's story. This guy wrote books based on his own experiences, his own telepathic and conversations and messages between him and different Sasquatch consciousnesses, different members of the Sasquatch families. They have families just like we do. They have names just like we do. They're just hairier than us, that's all. The first 3 books I got first, actually, and then the shamanic books I got after. But Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 in relation to the Sasquatch books, so 3 set of books I strongly recommend as a very good, solid information on what is Sasquatch to any human, really. And then he wrote 2 books, very thick, huge, massive books, like Bible type of books on shamanic practices and his own story, his own world traveling and backpacking, called Shamanic Journeys, Volume 1 and Volume 2 by SunBôw TrueBrother. So his own journeys, decade really of traveling, teaching, spiritual learning around North America, across Europe, and I believe he went to Australia too. So these were like memoirs, really, memoirs of his own reflection on human history, his own road, his own life, karma, Akashic record, secret ways to heal, removal of trauma, and other very wise ancient shamanic teachings, and obviously his own physical encounters. And I think the books cover from the early 80s all the way into the 2000s, so a significant amount of time. His books actually can be found on lulu.com, that's LULU.com, and he's on Facebook under Scenic Sasquatch.